Singh Sidhu today surrendered in a court in Patiala in an over 3-decade-old road rage case. Now this after he was awarded 1 year rigorous imprisonment by the Supreme Court in the 1988 road rage case that had in fact led to the death of a 65-year-old man. Gurnam Singh had died after being hit by Sidhu on the head 34 years ago. Now, a 3-judge bench led by Chief Justice of India Ramana on Thursday sentenced the Congress leader to 1 year in jail in the case in which he was let off 3 years ago with a fine of a meager 1,000 rupees. Sidhu was also acquitted by a local court in 1999 over the lack of evidence, but was convicted of culpable homicide by the High Court in 2006 and sentenced to 3 years in jail. He later filed an appeal in the Supreme Court, which reduced his sentence and dismissed the case after ordering the former cricketer to pay that 1,000 rupees fine, saying that the incident was over 30 years old and Sidhu had not used a weapon. But the family of the victim filed for a review of the 2018 judgment. Now, Sidhu has finally surrendered and reached the Patiala jail this evening, and he had earlier requested a few more weeks to surrender on health grounds. My colleague Gurpreet now joins me on the phone line. Gurpreet has been tracking this story from the word go. Gurpreet, there was high drama before that surrender of Navjot Singh Sidhu. Now he's finally reached the Patiala jail.
Well, yes, of course, we have seen since yesterday onwards, there is a lot of political turns and twists in the case. First, we have seen Navjot Singh Sidhu, he had gone through the judgment, and what we have learned from the people who are close to Navjot Singh Sidhu, he wanted to file a curative petition against the Supreme Court order. But because there was no legal remedy left with him, we have seen he had decided to surrender before the court at about 10 a.m. today. But we have seen within a few hours, there was an application which was moved by the top lawyer of Supreme Court in the court, saying that he needs and he seeks more weeks to surrender for this case, and for that he has given a plea for the medical ground. But that was not able to give him any relief. And at about 3:40, we have seen when he did not go to the court to surrender, some of the top officers of Patiala police, they reached at his residence, they served the summons, they had taken him in custody, and they have taken him to the local court in Patiala, where he surrendered before the court, and the formalities were being done in the court. After that, he was taken to the medical examination. We have seen around 40 minutes continuously medical examination was conducted by the medical experts, and then after fulfilling all the procedure, he was taken and landed in Patiala jail. What we have seen, Navjot Singh Sidhu's close aid, the political leaders, they had come before the Patiala jail. But at the same time, if we can talk about the victim side, victim says 34 years continuous struggle to get justice, and today they feel a little bit satisfied the way this decision has come out from the Supreme Court. As you have already told, in 2018 he was convicted for the 3 years imprisonment, but he had challenged, Navjot Singh Sidhu had challenged before the Supreme Court, and he was able to get relief, and he was just fined ₹1,000. But a review petition was filed by the victim family, and finally we have seen yesterday the judgment was pronounced by the apex court. So now let's see till the time Navjot Singh Sidhu is not going to file a fresh application, any fresh petition, he will remain in jail. And if we can talk about the political scenario in Punjab, today we haven't seen the top leadership from the Congress from Punjab. They were not present at his event. They did not even go to meet Navjot Singh Sidhu. It's a big embarrassment for Navjot Singh Sidhu, because he had acted as a Congress chief. Why the Congress leader from his own state did not come to see him, and why they did not want to go along with him even in the jail. So all these questions are being raised from the various political parties, but till the time Navjot Singh Sidhu is not going to move any fresh application, he will remain in Patiala jail.
Right, Gurpreet, thank you so much for joining us and taking us through the case extensively. Remember, now it is a 1 year imprisonment for the former Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu at the Patiala jail. He is going to spend a year in jail over the 1988 road rage case.